Are the EV charging wars here in North America about to come to a close? The first Japanese automaker is taking the plunge with adopting Tesla's electric vehicle charging standard here in North America. Let's get into it. Nissan is joining NACS, or the North American Charging Standard that Tesla started. We're going to dive into this and which vehicles it'll affect, the timeline. We'll also talk about all the vehicles and automakers that are already on board with NACS. We'll talk about so much more today in terms of recalls, Nissan's partnership with Renault, kind of finally the dust is settling on the shakeup there. We'll also talk about Vinfast today because they are starting to build a plant here in North America despite selling about 100 vehicles so far this year. Hit the like button if you're excited for more automakers adopting this standard, and definitely hit the subscribe button so you don't miss electrified industry auto news, as well as all my general car reviews. But I talked about EVs as well since I closed down my dedicated EV channel not that long ago. All right, Nissan to adopt North American charging standard for Aria and future models. If you didn't see my Aria review, check it out. It is a fantastic electric vehicle. It has a few quirks to it, which like its charging speed, which is a big drawback, and a few things about its ride quality. But other than that, it's a fantastic car overall and very efficient. I was getting about 300 miles of range on the front wheel drive model. All right, so let's get into the shakedown here on what they're doing. Nissan is the first Japanese automaker to announce product support for upcoming NACS installations. And they will make a NACS charging adapter for Aria models, which are currently equipped with the CCS1. In Europe, they have CCS2 charging. So really this NACS, North American, obviously only pertains to our market here in North America, because this is a standard that's going, pretty much everyone has to go by. And the Koreans are not that excited about it because they actually can charge faster without Tesla supercharging. If just a CCS1, the Koreans with their 800 volt architecture can charge faster. They don't want to hamstring their forward-thinking technology by signing on with NACS, but I get it. Hopefully Tesla can roll out improved charging rates on their superchargers in the coming years. So automakers who are implementing 800 volt 300 plus watt continuous charging or peak charging can take advantage of that. All right, so starting in 2025, Nissan will be offering for the US and Canadian markets the Aria with a NACS port and potentially Leafs, but I doubt the Leaf will be around that long. We'll talk about Leaf recall today as well. This will make charging on the Tesla supercharger network seamless and convenient for drivers, significantly increasing the number of public fast charging locations at which Nissan EVs can be charged. And by 2030, Nissan wants to sell 40% of its vehicles here in the United States as fully electric. And they even hopefully by then they'll also have their e-Power hybrids in our market finally. But we know there will be 4 EVs coming out of their Canton, Mississippi plant probably by 2026. This says 2025, but it might be pushed back. 2 sedans, 1 Nissan, 1 Infiniti, and 2 crossovers, 1 Nissan, 1 Infiniti. So in 2024, Aria will be getting an adapter for NACS, and in 2025 and going forward from there, all their vehicles will have a NACS port installed from the factory. Heading to EV Station, NACS charger adoption tracker here shows all the automakers as well as other charging companies and other electrified companies that are getting on board with NACS. All right, after it was actually the first one to say that they're going to use NACS back in 2022, but when are their cars going to be available on the market? Who knows? Ford was the first major automaker saying in 2024, 2025, they will have NACS compatibility. And they announced this in May of 2023. So it's just been a waterfall effect. About a couple of weeks after that, General Motors got on board as well. And it looks like it's pretty common that we'll see adapters on a lot of traditional OEMs in 2024. In 2025, they roll out the NACS installation from the factory. Hyundai is considering, and then in July, Mercedes-Benz has confirmed that they will be getting on board with Access in 2024, adding ports in their vehicles in 2025. Then Polestar got on board late June. Rivian got on board late June. Stellantis is considering. Tesla, well, obviously Tesla. Volkswagen considering. Volvo has confirmed. No mention of Toyota or Honda, but since General Motors and Honda work together on building EVs, I think it's almost all but confirmed they'll have NACS support in 2025 or later. Let me know down below which other automaker in America you want to be confirmed. I think we all want all of our cars to be on the same standard to make all of our lives easier for the adoption of electric vehicles. And if they are to be successful, there needs to be every single limitation of electric vehicles removed. And if you have more charging stations next to you that's very convenient to use, that's going to make it a lot easier for people to jump into buying electric cars. We're going to head back to Nissan. They're recalling over 1 million, almost 1.5 million cars around the globe, including the Leaf. So there's a short circuit issue going on that can cause the vehicle's motors to suddenly stop working while in motion. That sounds scary. But bigger news here, Nissan Renault ready to announce new alliance deal in days. So Renault will go from owning 40% of Nissan down to 15%, so they have an equal share in each other. But as a result, Nissan's buying into their Ampere electric vehicle platform. I think they're taking about 10% stake there. So still waiting on official information on this. Has been a very slow development for Nissan and Renault, but it's good news for Nissan in my opinion, as they are seeking to get their own control of their company back. All right, heading on over to Reuters. Vietnam EV maker Vinfast to start construction of U.S. factory next week. This information just came out today. And I was going to make a video on Vinfast earlier in the week. I just never got around to it. We'll come back to their factory building, but there's no one wants a Vinfast vehicle in America. They're unproven, they're expensive, and they're not good cars from just about every single review. There's so many bugs in the software. The ride quality is terrible. Build quality is also questionable. Yes, anyways, EV newcomer Vinfast sees just 128 registrations in 5 months. All of the registrations so far for the VF8. The VF9 is a 3-row electric vehicle they plan on coming to America, and that costs ridiculous amounts of money. I want to say it's like $70,000 or $80,000. Who wouldn't just buy a Volvo at that price point? That's a proven, insanely great build quality, etc. Better designs as well. They've only sold a little over 100, despite them cutting prices and offering insane lease deals to move the 2 shiploads of VF8s that have arrived from Vietnam. So since they come from Vietnam, they also don't qualify for the EV tax credit unless you lease them. The VF8 is priced above similar vehicles from Ford, Volkswagen, Hyundai, and of course the Model Y. Ford qualifies for half the EV tax credit. Volkswagen ID4 qualifies for all of it. Hyundai only if you lease a Model Y. Full tax credit availability. VF8 starts at over $47,000, and the Model Y starts at $51,000 and qualifies for the EV tax credit. The VF8 had 1 registration in February, 16 in March, 66 in April, and then they backtracked in May with just 45. Among the 25 brands on Experience list of EV registrations, Vinfast was number 22, followed by Jaguar, GMC, and Mazda. Yeah, here's the VF9. They're saying the VF9 will start at $84,000. In what world does that ever make sense? They've been wanting to merge with Black Spade Acquisition, or they're an S-Pack. And what's crazy is that Black Spade redeemed over 80% of their shares with Vinfast on Friday. Are they just bailing? Or they it's not looking good. No. And after they cashed out about $147 million worth of shares, the funds remaining in the trust account is approximately $28.5 million. Now, Vinfast says that the redemption is in line with recent trend of other S-Packs seeking extension. It looks like they want about another year to merge with Vinfast. So let's head on back to Vinfast building a plant in North Carolina. $4 billion is what it's going to cost to build this plant. And Thuy Lee of Vinfast Auto says when it begins operations, the factory will be Vinfast's primary supplier of electric vehicles to the North American market. They're supposed to start making vehicles there, best case scenario in 2025. I don't think they're going to be around in 2025 here in North America. So they're going to pump billions of dollars to build this factory, and no one's going to want their cars. There's already a lull in the electric vehicle market unless you're Tesla. The first phase of this Vinfast plant will make the factory capable of producing 150,000 vehicles per year. And in 2023, Vinfast wants to sell 50,000 EVs this year, 7 times what they sold in 2022. And they're hoping to break even as soon as at the end of 2024. don't see that happening. I just see this as a big money pit for Vin Group, the owner of Vinfast and Vin Group, and I wish them the best, but there's nothing that gives me confidence for the success of this Vietnamese company here in North America. And they essentially got to have world-breaking specs to get people's attention at a lower price point, and they just can't do that. Got to shut it down there. Thank you guys for watching. Subscribe for more. Make sure you hit the like button if you haven't so far. Appreciate you all. Thanks to my paying members. You guys rock. I'll catch you in the next one. Have a great day and peace.